Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, welcome back to episode number 29 of the Ball Talk Boyos podcast. My name is Topher Davis, and I am joined, as usual, by my co-hosts, Unk. Was that your nickname, Joe? What did we decide your nickname was way back when?
It was either Unk or OG. It was one of the
Unk
two.
or OG. Unk, Jackrabbit, and Lightbulb.
That's me.
How we doing, gentlemen?
Doing great. How about yourself?
I'm battling. Obviously yesterday we had the boys had a scheduled hangout, so we were out enjoying the St. Patrick's Day's festivities, and yeah, I'll be honest, green beer won round one. It 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 beat me, but you know what? There's always round two, and I like my odds next time around.
Study film, read up on it.
Yeah. It was a good learning moment, you know. You can't have your best every single night. It's just the wrong night to not have my best, and we learn and we move forward. I don't even know where to start this. I tried to think of something not sports related to get on before.
Tope, I think using the old Dare Bear strategy, right? Oh my goodness, that echo. Using the old Dare Bear strategy of no dinner but full alcohol might have cost you there. We might see why that's not a strategy to use at the ripe old age of 23 here, Toph.
Yeah, I was green beer maxing and food minimizing all day. I spent an egregious amount of money, I realize. I won't say the number in case my dad listens, and I don't want him to get too disappointed to me, but I left with a lot less cash than I started with, and based on the way I was tipping, I understand why. There was a lot of just keep it's going around, I was told. But hey, we had a great time. It's always great to have the guys up here. We'll get to do that more often once you guys are done running and stuff. But football's happening ish again. Free agency starts tomorrow. You guys excited for deals are on the horizon? Things I know there's been all like the trades this past week, and obviously we'll get into all of them and news and such. But what free agent are you guys most excited to see where they sign?
I'd say my most excited one would have to be Kenneth Walker. Just after the whole fiasco of the parade incident, where he tried to negotiate with their GM during the parade, which obviously didn't work out. And I'd say after winning the Super Bowl MVP, although I respect it completely, but kind of felt like he was disrespected a little bit there after winning Super Bowl MVP. So I'm interested to see if someone after his great end to the season is willing to cut him a little extra coin, if you know what I'm saying.
We'll probably talk about this more later with the quarterbacks, but probably Malik Willis, since he's getting lots of buzz and finally get a starting shot at for a starting quarterback again, and not on a terrible Titans team. So
yeah. Quinn, did you have a name?
I'm gonna cheat. Well, I'm gonna say Alec Pierce, but also the
That's
whole
what I was gonna
wide
say.
receiver class. Because Alec Pierce, I mean, we're talking like all the reports are this is getting into like the upper 20s, 30 million a year. And Alec Pierce is a good player, but he's not a $30 million a year player. But that's kind of just the nature of searching for wide receiver help in the free agent market. So for that reason, I'm curious where the chips fall. Like after Alec Pierce, where's Romeo Dobbs going to go? Like if he's some team's second option, he's also going to get a lot of money. And then definitely Mike Evans too. I want to see what happens with him. If he's going to leave Tampa, like where will it be? What is like the best landing spot for him? I would think he wants to, go to a contender. I could see the Ravens being that team maybe or something, somewhere that he's going to be able to like, push a team over the top. So all three of those guys, but mainly Alec Pierce.
Joey?
I gotta say, Quinn, the Alec Pierce pick does not surprise me in the slightest, considering he's related to future Purdue Boilermaker Caden Pierce. I figured out an Alec Pierce shot was coming our way.
I was gonna say Alec Pierce too. Go ahead. Sorry.
I was just gonna say that's not what it was rooted in, but you're right. I do gotta love that. It's not been looking good for my Boilermakers recently. I don't know if we need to talk about that today, but yeah, I'm just excited to see where Alec goes.
Wisconsin just beats everybody. Like did they beat Illinois too at some point this year?
Yeah, they beat Michigan too, I think, right?
They beat.
Yeah.
I know. I was asking on Illinois because they beat Michigan and Michigan State. I just wasn't sure if they'd also beaten Illinois or like Nebraska too.
I believe they beat Nebraska.
They also like
real quick
10 or something. Go ahead.
Joey would be the most likely, but did anyone see the Michigan State game today?
I did
No,
not see it.
I was too busy watching Iowa lose to Nebraska.
Well, do you guys know what happened?
I saw he kicked them again.
Which part?
He kicked somebody.
Bingo,
yeah, I did see that.
Yeah, it was all one of these. It was like leg, like
yeah,
he extended it. Athlete.
And then he was trying to plead his case that he didn't do it, but that's classic.
Yeah, pretty tough. We needed a new Grayson Allen anyway. Yeah, I think Alec Pierce I kind of correlate to be the like Malik Willis of like the wide receivers, where I think he's going to get a lot of money, and I don't really get it. Like you're kind of paying on like the hope that he can be a lot better than he was, or that like if he gets more volume, he's going to be a ton better. And it's just like, as opposed to some of the more like proven and like older commodities that are on like the market for both like wide receiver and quarterback. Because like wide receivers, you still have like Tyreek Hill's a free agent, Mike Evans, Debo Samuel, Jawan Jennings, the same way that the quarterbacks have like Raj, Kirk.
I think
Flacco.
The big appeal for Alec Pierce is because he's the only one that's like young and in his prime still. Really, he's also really good at beating man and winning down the field. So that's why like teams are gonna like want him because he can stretch the field well. And since there really aren't many good other wide receiver or market, you got to pay up like, I don't know if I know about trades later, but how the Bills traded for DJ Moore was it an overpay? Probably yes, but you had to overpay if you want to get a receiver. So the same thing's going to happen with Alec Pierce. He's going to get his bag. So, but hey, respect to him. He's going to get a bunch of money. So
yeah, never hating on a guy getting his bread. We'll talk about DJ Moore now. Then, were you guys as Bears fans, were you surprised by that return? Not necessarily the trade. The trade, I think you guys saw coming, but like the return seemed like a lot.
Yeah, I was shocked. I would have taken a 7th-round pick for him, to be honest, and then getting a second, I'm thrilled. Gladly take it.
Yeah, we texted about it, and I said we'd be lucky to get a 4th, thinking it would be, kind of like Connor saying, towards the back half. Ian Rappaport also reported that it was a mid-round pick, and I think everyone was kind of thinking 4th or 5th then, which was the second Ian Rappaport flub of the week in trades. And then, I heard second and then giving the 5th back. So it's basically like late second, early third value, over the moon. I would have, like Connor's saying, I agree with him here. Like to get the more contract off the books when he wasn't going to be as big of a part of our offense, when we have 3 other like legit pass catchers, he just wasn't worth paying for what he was going to do. So I'm glad that happened. And like the return is just icing, but it's like a lot of icing, I would say.
Yeah, Joey, did you have any thoughts on that trade?
I mean, I was gonna say it kind of felt like last year at times DJ Moore was a little uninterested in what was going on with the Bears, and it felt like at times, it just seemed like there was a lot of stuff that was off between DJ Moore and the Bears at this point. After Justin Fields being gone, it just hasn't really felt the same as it did that first year when it was all that magic. So I feel like this breakup was inevitable, and the fact, like you said, they were able to get such good value for DJ Moore, who again was uninterested at times. I think that's a huge win for the Bears.
Yeah, and I texted this to you guys afterwards, but like if his 2 main contributions to the Bears are that he was part of ripping Packers fans' hearts out twice in like 1 year, like every penny that they paid him was worth it. Like I'm sure do you guys feel that way at least? Like it was worth it.
I do
think
for
it's worth
sure.
it. Yeah. I think it's definitely worth it now that he's gone. Because if you had to pay him again like this year and next year, be like, okay, maybe not. But definitely now that he's gone, we paid him. He was good for us. Now he can be gone. Now it's time for him to leave.
How much do we think this changes with the Bills now?
I do think in this year, I think it's good for them. Like he's going to be again, like Connor was just talking about with like Alec Pierce, like he's going to be able to beat man to some extent. And I mean, Josh Allen, it's just like he's leaps and bounds better than anybody they've had in the past few years. And so like watching him play with Josh Allen, I'm sure is going to be a ton of fun. It's just a matter of like, can they still have like enough on defense to push them over the top now that they're paying him this much and they just lost that draft capital? But I think like in a here and now on the field perspective, I think it's going to be pretty cool for their offense.
And there's still probably going to be a run first team. It's not even like DJ Moore has to like be like he was when he had Fields. He just has to be like good receiver, beat man when he has to. And he also wouldn't be surprised if the Bills try to bring in another receiver like Mike Evans maybe for cheaper and be like, hey, you help us win a ring? You want a ring before you retire? Like take a little pay cut and come play in Buffalo with Josh Allen.
Joey, did you have any thoughts on this from the Bills' perspective?
I mean, the defense is the big issue with the Bills, right? I think that's been widely regarded. So giving up that second rounder when you could get a solid defensive contributor on that end of the ball. I mean, for example, Browns got Carson Schweisinger this year, who was a beast. So there's a chance they could have gotten someone who would have really, really made a large impact. But at the same time, it kind of felt like a move for a higher end wide receiver one than what they had previously was almost inevitable. So I don't hate it. I think it opens up the offense a little bit more. It definitely adds a whole nother dimension to what they're doing there. I just think defense, it's just gonna depend on really how they address the defense. I think they should use pretty much every draft pick they have now on the defensive end of the football. They should any money they might have, it should be all defensive investments the rest of the offseason, and we'll see what happens.
They just always feel small on the defensive side of things. Like they're like the secondary and linebackers always feel like undersized when I watch them play. Like there's not as much like physicality to them. Like they're kind of just around all of the plays and not necessarily making a ton. So like I think that they just need more physicality on that side of the ball. But I agree. Every dollar they spend should be on that now to try and shore up that side of things.
Especially just real quick, they did also just spend money on offense on their center, so I think definitely because that would have been bad if you're losing him. They're going to lose David Edwards too. What's cool and so I think it's good to make sure you keep some like continuity on the offensive line. But then yeah, now like you're saying, and especially draft pick wise, keep keep all the focus on defense and getting that better.
Sorry, you guys continue. I got a call. Go ahead.
So should we another trade that happened? You're talking about the Trent McDuffie trade. What are your thoughts on that trade for the Rams and Chiefs?
I mean, I don't hate it for either side really. If we're gonna be honest, I think Trent McDuffie, it's not a move I expected to happen, but I do think I see the reasoning for both ends. I think this is a lot more of a even trade than the DJ Moore to the Bills trade. I feel like the Bears clearly won that trade. I feel like the Trent McDuffie trade is kind of more even. I don't know about you, Quinn or Connor, but that's kind of my thoughts on it.
I think it's sound process and it's pretty good for both teams. I would give the edge, I think, a little bit to the Chiefs because they ended up getting what 4 draft picks in the trade.
Yeah, it's
Hang on. Yeah, so it's the 29th pick, 5th and 6th rounders this year, and a 3rd rounder in 2027. Like I think that might be just a little rich for my blood, but I understand like why it happened and where it's coming from the Rams' perspective, where they did need some help at outside corner. I think like that was kind of seen in the NFC Championship game with like the way they were getting eaten up in that end, and so it made sense. And they have this extra first round pick that they robbed in that trade with Atlanta last year, so it makes sense. I don't know that I would have given up 4 picks, including like another day 2 one next year if I were in their position. But
in my opinion, I think this is actually a huge win for both sides. The Rams are pushing their chips in 1 to 2 year window, last bit of Stafford's career. their biggest hole was corner. Let's just go get one of the best corners in the league. Young, only 25. Who cares about the picks? You're trying to win now. And then for
Yep.
the Chiefs, I think a big win for them. They don't have to pay him anymore because save some money that way, and also the Chiefs don't have much depth now, so getting all those picks to help create depth, I think, help a lot too. And also, I talked about the corners back that go in like the late round 1, early round 2 are pretty good this year, so they could probably just draft a corner. No, probably won't be as good as McDuffie, obviously, but they can replacement for way cheaper with the pick the Rams got. So I think it's a big win. Similar to what the Chiefs did in 2020 when they traded Tyreek Hill and got a similar return when they didn't want to pay him and wanted more depth.
Yeah.
The Chiefs are running into a sneaky cap problem, I think.
Mm-hmm. They are.
And like I don't really feel like they're paying many like guys, you know? Like at Mahomes, they're obviously paying, but like who else on that roster is
Chris Jones?
Oh, Chris Jones is actually making the most. His cap hit is $44 million. How is that possible?
Yeah, he's getting a lot of money.
He got a bag.
I did not realize he was getting paid that much. I mean, I think he's still worth it, but that's a ton of money for Chris Jones.
His first year in the contract in 2024, he had a $7 million cap hit, so it's very backloaded.
And then it just got restructured. Well, it's probably going to get restructured.
Yeah.
Probably
and I mean, well, this year it would be 64 million in dead cap, and then the next year it would be like 19. So it goes way down. Like there's kind of an out after this year, but I could also see it, definitely getting restructured.
Oh my gosh. They gave him 158. How did I not know that?
He was so good though. Like
yeah, he's
a few years ago.
I think he still is. He's
I never was a fan of that contract. I know he was holding out. I know that you kind of had to pay him, but 5 for 158 for Chris Jones just felt a little rich for my blood the whole time.
The counting stats are never going to be pretty because he's a D tackle, but my gosh, that's a ton of money. Yeah, him and God.
Well, I was just gonna say, in general, too, talking about them, like they seem to have not done a great job, like drafting tackles to the point where, like, right now they're paying Jalen Moore $18 million next year, and he was like a free agent that they had to sign, and then the same with they just cut him, but Juwan Taylor, like that's why they need a tackle right now because they paid a bunch of money to one, and he really wasn't very good. So I think that's part of it is like they just haven't been able to capitalize on those like really important positions on the line, and they've been sinking a lot of resources into it. Where like, like if you're able to draft a tackle on either side, like that's just a huge boon for you, and that's just not something they've been able to do. Like they haven't had stable play at that position, either of those positions for a while.
Them not paying Joe Tooney will never he's a monster. He's the best offensive lineman in the league, and maybe the last 10 years, and they didn't pay him. That never made any sense to me. What else did you guys talk about?
That was just Trent McDuffie trade.
Just I thought it made sense. First rounder, whatever. They haven't they kept the higher one, so it's and they paid him today. I
wouldn't be surprised if they move off of that one too. You never know.
No, they yeah. I guess last year was the first time they've made a first round pick. Or no, was it 2 years
2 years ago? When they took Verse 2 years ago.
Yeah, that was the first time they'd used a first round pick in 8 years or something like that. So
it's worked. They got a ring. So
yeah, no, you can't say it hasn't. Yeah, it hasn't worked out.
And if they can somehow squeeze out another one this year and next year.
Because what totally they traded a bunch for Ramsey,
Marcus Peters.
They traded a first for Peters.
Did they?
Maybe you might be right.
I mean, they traded up for Goff.
Stafford.
That was part of it too. Yeah, because it started. Goff was the last pick they made in the first round for a while, and that was because they had traded.
They traded up to get
picks in the future to get.
Oh, okay. I guess the other big trade that happened this week was Max Crosby to the Ravens. What did you guys think about? Unless I'm missing trades, but what did you guys think about that?
I think Max Crosby is a bit overrated, to be honest. He's 29. And he's had less than 10 sacks the last 2 years. And don't get me wrong, he's still really good and he makes big impact plays. But 2 firsts is a bit of an overpay. But I think it's fair for both trades. Like the Raiders wanted a guy that can help their very very bad D line help create pressure, but I don't think it was like, oh, the Ravens killed them. They got like this amazing player.
Yeah, I would agree. I would agree. I think he is a little overrated. I think he's really good in like the run game or something like that. Like he might not be as like clean as a pass rusher as some of the other guys, but like he still definitely has like an impact. Like that game against the Bears this year, he was batting down every other ball that was thrown. It seemed like.
Yeah, he almost beat us himself because he had a pick too. Like it was ridiculous.
Like he's still really good. I'm not trying to take away from that.
No. I get what you are saying though. Joey, you got anything for us on the Eastern Michigan kid?
Yeah, I think Crosby. We haven't seen him play for a team that's trying to win anything, like ever. So I think it's hard to kind of judge someone's impact for a football team. I obviously understand he's been great. We've seen him be great, but because he's never played for a winning team like that, it's kind of been hard to judge just how great his value is. And so I think I could totally see this being worthwhile for the Ravens because if he's like that last little piece they need to make that push, that could be huge. But at the same time, we don't know how he is necessarily going to perform when the lights get a little brighter. I don't see that being an issue, but Eastern Michigan and the Raiders aren't exactly two teams that know how to win many football games. So we'll see. I think it's a win for the Ravens for sure. But that's a big TBD because 2 first rounders is pretty penny.
I'm gonna take this right back to what we were just talking about. I think it's just like the McDuffie trade. Like in a vacuum, I don't think I would have given up 2 firsts for Max Crosby. He's definitely a very good player, but he's not in that tier of like the Myles Garrett, Micah Parsons, where he's gonna get you like upper teen sacks a year. But I think it's like if he gets 2 sacks in a playoff game and the Ravens win it, and then they go to the Super Bowl and win the Super Bowl, then it would be worth it. That's obviously like a risk, but I understand why they would take it the same way I understand why the Rams took that risk for McDuffie. But I don't know. If I had to guess, I would say like I don't think he's that guy that's going to push him over the top. He's not like just in terms of sacks, which I know is like a simple way of looking at it, but sacks are so detrimental to an offense that I think it matters. Like he hasn't been that productive the past like 2 years, which he's also been hurt, but it just hasn't been exactly where you want it to be. And I don't think he's a 2 first round pick player, but I think we're gonna see like come next January whether or not he's productive enough to get him over the top.
Want to talk quarterbacks?
Quarterback carousel.
Do it.
Quinn, you wanna take us? What team do you want to start with? You sent us over a list of the ones you wanted to talk about. So where do you want to start? Now that we know all the names that are probably going to be in contention for starts.
Yeah. So I did this in no particular order when I wrote it down. I'll start. Well, we can start with. Let's go with the Colts. Does anyone? I mean they put the transition tag on Daniel Jones. Does anyone think they're going to do anything else?
No.
But I could see him maybe sounding like Kirk Cousins just in case he's not healthy yet, but it'll be Daniel Jones for the majority of the year, I would assume.
Yeah, it'll be. I think it's going to be Danny Dimes and Riley Leonard as the quarterback room, and then they trade Richardson. I think.
Yeah.
You want to come say hi, Neil? This is Ethan Neal, everybody. Woo!
Hey.
You got anything? Have fun. Yep. Be safe. What were we talking about? Colts? Okay. Yeah, I think
yeah, that one's pretty open and shut, I would say. Okay, next. I mean Steelers, I'll go again. Like, do we think they're going back with Rodgers? That's what I have down.
I have no clue with him.
I don't think they're Rodgers this year. I think they find a way. I think they're going to have Kyler Murray as their day one starter this year.
Okay.
I understand. I think that's a little. I know it's a little bold, but I think Kyler Murray is going to start for the. I mean, it's not that bold, but I think everyone's kind of assuming because they hired Mike McCarthy that Rodgers will be back there. But I just don't see Rodgers being a Steeler again this year.
Yeah, I think they made the decision with Mike McCarthy without knowing Rodgers' status.
Well, yeah, but I think
Do we
I think
think-
everyone kind of from outside just looking and thinking, "Oh, McCarthy, Rodgers, ha ha ha." But I don't know. I don't think that's the case.
Do
I
we
think
think
I'd still pick Rodgers.
Do we think he actually doesn't know if he's going to play next year or not, or do we think he's made that decision? He just hasn't said yet.
I think it's a secret third thing, but where he maybe does know, but he doesn't know that he knows or something. No, but I don't know. I think I think he is saying right now he doesn't know if he's going to play, but once he gets an offer at a certain point of the offseason, he's going to be like, yeah, I'll come back and play. Like, that's what I would think. I don't know. I don't really want to get into the mind of Aaron Rodgers. I don't know how anyone could do that. So,
And he's
Next-
staying in
next
shape. We know
episode of
that
Ball
from the
Talk
Pat
Boyos.
McAfee.
We tried and get in Aaron Rodgers' mind. Ooh. We're all gonna take
How many psychedelics
ayahuasca.
should I take?
We record a podcast on ayahuasca. I think he's either
Next
a
team?
Steeler or a Viking. I don't know, but
We'll get to Vikings next, Hofer. No,
no, but I didn't even say who I think the Steel. Who'd you say the Steelers' Week 1 starter is going to be? C-Dub?
Rodgers.
You said Rodgers. Joey said
Yeah.
I said Murray, and I think I said Vikings is Rodgers.
and then Quinn said Quinn. Who'd you guess
Rodgers.
for you said Rodgers for Steelers.
Yeah,
I think it's going to be Mason Rudolph.
Oh God.
it could be.
I think
Will
it's
Howard.
Gonna be him. I think it's gonna be him or Will Howard. Yeah, I don't. I think Rodgers is gonna decide not to. I think Rodgers is gonna decide not to play, and yeah,
I think I like them as a Garrett Nussmeier team or one of those second or third round quarterbacks. I know they have Will Howard on the roster, but I think it would make sense to just bring in someone to sit for a year behind Rodgers, maybe question mark. But I think they could be a team that's in on one of those guys.
I have one of those guys penciled in as a starter for one of the teams we're going to talk about. So
Ooh.
we'll go to that.
Real quick, do we see any potential with the Steelers as a Richardson team for the same reason of just let him sit for a year, or similar to when the Cowboys traded for Lance, or no?
I don't know with Richardson.
I think he's I think he's a Ram. I can see him being a Ram.
He's going to go somewhere where it's way less of a. Well, there's way less speculation on who's going to be starting. He's going to be somewhere where there's clearly a QB1, like a Los Angeles, the Rams. He's going somewhere where there's not going to be a shot he's starting a football game this year unless there's injuries that take place.
Is there a number of teams that have definitive backups right now? So I'd have to look to see who definitely has their backup lined up.
Yeah.
What if he goes to Arizona? I don't know what they're gonna do at quarterback.
We'll get there.
Okay.
Yeah.
Let's have some order to this.
Yeah.
Okay,
I didn't have time to think this out this week.
Let's
so now
go
I'm thinking it
with-
out live.
Let's go with the Dolphins next.
Dolphins scream Malik Willis to me. I think Malik Willis is a Dolphin.
I could see Malik Willis. I could also. I don't know. I could see them. I could see him taking I don't know. You know what? I'm gonna go with Jacoby Brissett.
They're gonna trade for him.
Isn't he a free agent this year or no?
No, he's under contract another year.
Oh,
I got Brissett written down for another team, Connor. So I'm
Okay.
right there with you. I think Jacoby Brissett finds his way into starting
okay.
starting for an NFL team next year.
I'll go say Brissett because I could also just see him taking a swing on one of
First
the
of all,
rookies.
how many quarterbacks
Ty
that we've
Sampson or
named so
something.
far are worse than Jameis Winston? And why is it all?
How many
Almost all of them.
how many quarterbacks have we named? That's the question. Yeah.
Yeah.
gonna be stuck in purgatory behind Jackson Dart. Terrible.
For this one, I put the Dolphins with. I said Kirk. I just could see like they end up they like miss out on Willis and they just want like something stable, and he wants a starting job and he ends up there. But I don't know. That's not like my like bold prediction. Driving at home, this is gonna happen, but you never know.
Like, I understand the Willis connection to the Packers guys, but maybe those guys don't like Willis. I don't want to make a decision. I think the week 1 starter for the Miami Dolphins is going to be Quinn Ewers.
I knew you were going to say that. I almost jumped in to say that before you.
Cop out
I don't know.
answer.
I mean, that's the thing. I just like.
I can't picture any of these guys in Dolphins jerseys.
That's why I think it's because like they're just not a very appealing destination right now. Like the roster isn't very good around them, and like they need to kind of take a step back. And I don't know who it's going to be, but I wouldn't want to go there. I don't think.
Maybe Trey Lance.
Trey Lance will not be starting an NFL game week 1 this year.
I hate to break it.
Yeah. That we know.
All right, I would say the next team I want to do. Well, let's just do the Browns. What do we think there?
It's Shedeur.
Be Watson.
Dude, I think it's gonna be Watson.
I think it's gonna be Deshaun. Yeah.
I don't know. Who cares? Whoever starts going to suck, and they're going to win 2 games and draft Arch Manning next year.
But Shedeur would be so much fun. That's like
yeah.
It's at least exciting.
I think it's going to be Shedeur. I think
they do it just
the way that's exactly it. I think Shedeur wasn't bad enough last year where you can he wasn't good. I'm not saying he was good. I'm not trying to justify Shedeur being good, but he wasn't bad enough where he had enough people turn on him to make him not by far the most popular option. I mean, Shedeur Sanders is one of the most popular quarterbacks in the NFL, and Deshaun Watson is the least popular quarterback in the NFL. I think if the Browns have nothing to play for, which they don't, there's nothing to root for with the Browns except Myles Garrett getting a bunch of sacks, really. You might as well just throw Shedeur out there, see what happens. He's young at least. There's a sliver of a shot he's something, and sell some jerseys, gain some fans, and call it a day.
Yeah, I think it's going to be Watson.
Yeah. I think it's mainly going to be Shedeur. I did this a couple days ago when I wrote him down, and I don't really remember why, but it's on here, so I'll say it that I said Tua will like go there or just be a 3-person quarterback room, like how they had a 5-person quarterback room last year. And just they'll just all kind of mix around and like compete for the starting job.
That's not a bad shout.
And it would just kind of like it would just kind of that's the Browns. That's kind of what they are.
If the Browns
quarterback
room is Tua, Deshaun Watson, and Shedeur Sanders.
Yeah, I know where Tua's going.
I might off myself. I don't care. Family friendly podcast. I don't care. If that's the Browns quarterback room, that's 13th reason. That's it. Wrap it up. I'm using my Second Amendment right on myself right here, and that's there. Fifth Amendment.
Moving on. Okay.
Okay, the next team I would say let's go with the Jets.
This is where I got Tua.
Tyrod Taylor.
Kirk Cousins.
Derek Carr.
No, gosh, Derek Carr. I forgot about him.
Yeah.
He might be my Dolphin actually. Now that you say Carr.
That actually can make sense too.
He's such an interesting one because it's like if he's gonna come back to play football, why in the world would he sign with the Dolphins?
Money.
He has all the money in the world.
Who else wants him? But okay, then it's like, well, who else would want him though?
Maybe he just also wants.
Never mind. I decided where Derek Carr's going. We haven't talked about them yet. I made up my mind.
Okay.
Okay.
I either
kind
of like it or I hate it, depending on who it is, and we'll talk about it when we get there. I think it's gonna be Derek Carr. backed up by Ty Simpson, who's drafted in like the second or third round.
Okay.
And then maybe Simpson like gets in there late in the year and they see what they have, and then they try and draft somebody next year. I also think though, I don't know. I guess I think I put Carr for the Jets because I really just don't see anyone else like really wanting him. But it's also like if you come out of retirement and the only team that wants to sign you is the Jets, maybe you just stay in retirement.
Because he's gonna come out to start. Like he's
Well, the
coming out to
Saints probably
start
still
and
have
win
his
games.
rights, correct?
No, I don't think so.
That sounds right. Oh, really?
He's a free agent. Yep. I'm
Okay.
fairly certain he's a free agent right now. Because I think he
Well,
had
he's
to
a free
wait,
agent
like,
starting on Wednesday when the
Is it Monday or is it Wednesday?
well, Monday is when legal tampering starts, and then Wednesday is when they can officially sign. So anything you see tomorrow, it's not real yet.
So
No,
we could have a DeAndre Jordan situation on our hands.
Yeah.
I think about
like
him.
Ryan.
Go ahead.
I was going to say Ryan Pohl's first big signing, Larry Ogunjobi, was illegal tampering, and then he failed his physical, and we didn't even get to see him play. Anyway, all right. So what about DeAndre Jordan?
Oh, I think of him every time I see a free agent signed to a team that I didn't want them to go to. And I'm like, maybe this is DeAndre Jordan again. Maybe he's going to be like, all right, never mind, psych. And just be like, screw off, Mavericks. Yeah, Tyrod Taylor or Joe Flacco to the Jets.
Okay, I can see Joe Flacco. I maybe, in hindsight, I might swap Carr to the Dolphins and Cousins to the Jets. But, okay. We ready?
Yep.
Mm-hmm.
Third to last, Cardinals. They're my Malik Willis team.
Yeah, it's my Malik Willis team as well.
Yeah, I'll say Malik Willis to them.
I got a duo of Jacoby Brissett and Drew Aller starting for the Cardinals.
I'm all in.
I just think the Cardinals are going to be a whole lot of nothing this year. And I think not
if they have Drew Aller, they're not. Taking them to the promised land.
Drew Aller hasn't taken anyone to the promised land, even with the most talented roster. So what's he going to do with no talent?
He came close.
But no cigar go Bucks.
This is horseshoes. Oh my god, dude. Yeah, I think I mean, he just played for LaFleur, and I think like Mike LaFleur in his first year, he's just gonna want to show like a concept of like something that you can build on, to be like this is like what our identity is gonna be and whatever. And I think Willis is like a good, solid guy to do that, and so I think they'll try and sign him to like prove that they have some kind of capability and build their own identity. And then they'll have him for like a year or two and probably try and find him more long term. And so unless he plays really well, and then
his contract is going to be so interesting because they're probably going to pay him like he's a long term option.
No, it'll be like Fields.
Yeah.
Are they talking about Willis getting like 30 a year?
Yeah, but for like 1 year.
For sure.
Yeah. Because like Fields, I think was.
He won't be long term.
Fields was $40 million for 2, and then 20 was guaranteed first year, and then you could cut after year 1. So
has he been cut like officially yet? Has that been announced?
I don't think so.
Not sure.
But maybe that's because
I saw they were planning on it, but I don't think they actually did yet.
Well, they can't.
Yeah, maybe they won't until they like actually know who they're gonna move on to. Like I don't know what that would help. Okay. Falcons. Anybody moving on?
Falcons is my Derek Carr team.
Oh, that's a good one, I think. I think it'll be Penix still.
Kyler Murray.
They're my Kyler Murray team too. Okay, wait, so Joey, Connor, you guys Joey is so
I said Penix.
Okay, but so
I could
see Kyler to the Vikings then, okay.
Yeah, I have Kyler to the Vikings. I think it's perfect.
Let's talk about the Vikings then, and then because I mean, the Falcons I think are only they're only the Kyler team beat more so because the Vikings aren't. So, like, Joey, who do you think the Vikings are going to end up?
I think it's going to be Aaron Rodgers.
Okay,
I like that too. I can see that.
I think it's gonna. maybe it's because I want it, but I think it's gonna be Gino.
Oh,
I
Gino's
forgot
ass.
about Gino.
oh,
Oh my
He's
No,
god.
Gino has
my
been
thing
so
though.
bad.
Gino's not starting for an NFL team week 1.
And that's just the Jets because they're poverty and whatever. I could see Gino to the Jets.
My thing though is I don't think the Vikings are ready to like fully move on from Kyler, and I think that's like a decision they're going to talk about making. But or sorry, from JJ McCarthy, and I think that if they were to sign Kyler, you kind of have to do that and like commit to like we're going to try and win this year with Kyler, and
Yeah.
I just don't know if they're ready to do that with like their young quarterback who's still only going to be in year 3. So I think they're going to kind of like not like fully like fold and whatever, but I think they're just gonna be like, yeah, let's just do this. It'll be a kind of half measure, and I think they're gonna end up with Gino, and for that reason, I have Kyler to the Falcons. But
I disagree with that because you're signing him for like $1 million, like the minimum, so you can make it a competition. And they'll be like, whoever plays better in training camp and preseason, make them the starter, and don't like declare one to start the year.
I I don't think
That's
that's
why
much of a competition, but like
you just think Kyler's
I
better.
yeah, I think
So do
Kyler
I.
like
I think
I
Kyler's
think
better
but
too, but then you just start him and
To
try
be
to win.
fair, like they might still say it. Like there was a quote unquote quarterback battle between Baker Mayfield and Kyle Trask a couple of years ago.
yeah. But I
And
mean
Russ and Fields had one when they signed Russ for $1 million.
yeah. But like I think your goal with Kyler is like you go to the playoffs and then you pay him long term, I think, if you're the Vikings. And I think I don't know. I think they're still gonna like get scared off of this, like of like fully just dropping McCarthy to the side of the road. And I think they're only gonna take someone like Gino, where it's like we can maybe still move on from him and keep McCarthy.
I think it's
Yeah,
gonna
I
be
don't. I
Derek
mean, we'll
Carr.
see.
I
I knew
could
you
see
were gonna
that.
say that,
That's the Carr team.
and I just
We got
I
one more
don't know.
team. Do we have the Raiders?
Um,
Mm,
I Mendoza.
Mendoza.
Yeah, I skipped over him.
I could see them saying like Kirk playing like 2 games or 3 games, and then Mendoza playing
Like I
or
said,
someone
are
like
we
that.
absolutely sure they're going to sign Mendoza or
If they
draft
I
keep
him?
the
think
pick,
so.
You think
which
so?
I think they're
That just
going
seems like
to.
what everyone's been saying,
Yeah,
which
I could
means it's
see it
probably true.
I could see a world if the Raiders, if like other teams wanted to trade up, because there's so many quarterback needy teams, if you can get like a first like the 101 like bag when it was like an actual like better quarterback, like if it was a Cam Ward prospect or like even like Bryce Young or Stroud type of prospect, and trade down and get a huge bag for the 101, I think it wouldn't be a bad idea to do that for this year,
What
but
if we
I don't
find
think
out
they
none
will.
of his teammates went to his birthday party?
Well, then he's fallen in the draft.
I'll probably got
Then
like
you have to
6 or
trade.
something then.
Yeah,
Is that how late he went in the movie? Callahan?
yeah,
Yeah.
He went to the Seahawks.
yeah. Because he
You
trades
get Bo.
because Sonny Collins trades up to 6, and the Seahawks are 7, and so he holds the Seahawks hostage to be like, I want my picks back, and David got that punny just because I feel like it, and then yeah, so he goes 6th, and
He
then the
winds up with
running
the
back
first
goes
round
7th.
pick for nothing.
He
Who?
gained a kick returner.
The
Yeah. Oh
Browns.
no. Yeah. No, it makes no sense. The whole movie.
Yeah.
They wind up trading from what? From the 6th to the 1st. No, wait, they
Yeah.
traded future.
Well,
Yeah, it was.
No,
so
it's from a set.
they traded from the 7th. Yeah, Connor's right. They traded those 3 firsts to go from 7 to 1, and then they traded 3 seconds in to get the 6th, and then they traded the 6th and those or the 6th back for the 7th and those firsts.
So they
So
got.
they really traded 3 seconds for a 7th round pick that they took a running back with.
That's crazy, dude.
Yeah.
He was bullying him the entire movie. He had him in a box. Could you imagine if that was what it was like? Like, yeah, he's. Man, draft day. Can't wait to watch that here soon.
Oh,
I'm making
yeah.
it a draft like time tradition where every year I
Yeah.
watch that like right before the draft.
Yeah, see, I'm slamming it right now, saying, "Oh, well, it makes no sense and it's a dumb trade." But then, yeah, come late
It's
April,
electric
I will
movie.
be seated and I will be watching that movie.
Electric.
It's the only universe I can see the Browns football organization do anything to make me happy. So I mean, taking an Ohio State player first overall, I that's about as happy as I'm gonna get with the Browns ever. So it just means more to me. it's like the SEC to Southerners in the United States. Draft day just means more to me, Quinn. It means more.
I love
why
that. Well, one, do you guys think though? Isn't the whole thing with the quarterback on the roster like Brian Drew? Isn't like part of the reason he's supposed to be better is because he squats like 45 pounds more than he ever had or something?
Yeah,
That's
he
also
has
just a
now.
total sham.
Yeah,
Like
because what
I
he
get
busted
like
his knee.
yeah, and they're like, oh, well, he's not supposed to be squatting, and apparently he's already like upping his weight a ton.
But we're
I
not.
don't know.
We're not. We're concerned about Jayson Tatum coming back from an Achilles, but we're not concerned about him squatting 500
I'm
pounds.
I'm pretty sure too. He added. I'm pretty sure he throws. They say he throws 15 yards further than before, which I just think is insane. He either had like not an NFL strong arm to begin with, or he's like throwing it like 90 yards an hour or something. But
Yeah.
What if he
I think
realized he
comparing
was right-handed? What if that was it? Like, it's, oh shoot, I'm not a lefty.
I think he might have either gotten LASIK like Jameis so we could see down the field now, or something like that. But also comparing anyone, even in the fictional movie, to the anomaly Jayson Tatum is kind of crazy because I mean he's an anomaly, right? Like
I love.
you can't
Jayson
compare
Tatum.
anything to Jayson Tatum. He's an anomaly. He's 101.
We can get into Tatum in a minute. Did we have any other teams?
no, that was it. I am driving pretty hard for the Falcons. I think are going to move on. I don't think they like signed Kevin Stefanski with the intention of starting a 2-year rebuild. I could totally be wrong, but I think like he seems like a coach that you would want to win with, and they have like solid pieces on offense and defense that I think they're going to try and like not microwave it, but like make the most of every year they have with him. And I would like to see them like actually try and get a quarterback. I don't know. I get it, but like I just don't think Penix is it. Um, and I think like the quicker you realize that, the better it is for your franchise. We'll see if that's actually what happens. I also think that's what the Vikings should do with McCarthy, but for some reason, I just don't think that's what they're gonna do.
Maybe the Falcons go get Jameis.
I would love that.
Before. I can
If
see
if
Jameis in a
Jameis
Falcons jersey.
if Jameis is a Falcon next year, you best believe that Drake London is my first round draft pick in fantasy.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
Nico Collins, no matter what.
Oh, we know, buddy.
Yeah.
I'm standing. I'm standing on that still.
I won't be picky though. Any team that Jameis goes to, if he has a chance to start, it's awesome and I love it. Exactly. So it's like I guess I would really be upset if he went to the Packers. That's not true. I wouldn't say that any team, but most teams, if he's getting a job and he's gonna start, and yeah, we're gonna be able to watch him every Sunday. I'm amped and I am just like over the moon happy about it.
Yeah.
I know this team obviously didn't get brought up, but I think Tua goes to the Rams as a backup.
That's not.
That's
yeah,
my
I can see
official
that.
prediction on him. So,
do we want to? I can read off wide receiver free agents, and you can just rapid fire real quick. Same with running backs. If you're cool with that.
Yeah, let's do that.
First, Doug Pierce.
Patriots.
I was gonna say Patriots
Titans
as well.
Titans?
I think Titans.
Okay.
I
Mike
also
Evans.
don't like that for the Titans though. Sorry. Just I think like we were talking about earlier, I think they're not a team that should be giving Alec Pierce all that money. I think he would be similar to what we're talking about with these other teams, like put a contender over the top, maybe. But
I think
don't know.
Patriots
I think
makes
the
a lot of
Titans
sense.
aren't gonna like paying him.
Titans probably have cap space, and like we need someone, but I think Patriots probably make the most sense. Mike Evans.
Bucks.
Ravens.
Yeah, Ravens.
I'm gonna go with Commanders.
I kind of like the Commander shot there.
All right, Rashid Shaheed.
He stays in Seattle.
I was also gonna say Buffalo.
I'm gonna say to Seattle because I think with him with a full yearbook with Kubiak's gone. He's a Raider. He's going to the Raiders.
I also wouldn't mind Shaheed on the Falcons. Sorry.
I think Shaheed to Buffalo might be like the perfect signing of any free agent available.
No, that would fit perfectly. I just don't know if they'll pay him after trading for DJ Moore. But
Yeah.
Right. That would be a lot of resources. The money and the picks to DJ, and then also the money to Shaheed.
and you're not getting like a stud like an AJ Brown or something. All right. Next,
Real quick,
Romeo
sorry.
Dobbs.
I will say for him, Patriots, because I have Pierce to the Titans, but they need to get somebody. So
I was gonna say the inverse of Quinn, because I said Patriots. I think he's going to the Titans.
49er.
Yeah, I'm saying 49er too.
Yeah.
I think it makes a lot of sense there. Next, Jawan Jennings.
He screams Commander to me.
I'll piggyback that and say Commander.
I'm going to piggyback Topher and say Falcon.
Yeah,
I'll also throw in maybe the Broncos, but
oh yeah, sneaky. I don't know why. I can already see Jawan Jennings in a Falcon uniform for one.
And they have no other receivers since they just cut Mooney.
Yeah,
that's why I said Shaheed maybe for them. Sorry,
Yeah.
just because he's similar to Mooney too. He's speedy. He stretches the field.
Shaheed. Do we think Shaheed can get away with wearing 22? Like
for sure.
He might be the only wide receiver that can pull it off.
Yeah,
he pulls it
he's
off.
so fast. Yeah. He can do whatever he wants.
Yeah. All right, next, Wan'Dale Robinson.
I was gonna say Falcons for Wan'Dale Robinson.
New York Jets.
Brown.
I'm gonna say Titans.
I don't feel confident.
So Wan'Dale, the Athletic has him projected 3 years, $48 million. Would you give him that?
Done.
Yeah.
Yeah. No second thoughts.
How much is that per year? I can't do math.
16.
It's 16.
Cup just got 15.
Oh yeah, Cup.
Yeah, and Wan'Dale Robinson is not Cup, is my thing. I don't think.
I think he's better than Cup.
Robinson at this point in time is better than Cup.
I think he's better than Cup right now.
I think he just got a lot of volume last year, and I don't think he really is going to make you that much better.
He gets a lot of. He's a big time target black hole. Like he gets a lot of targets. Like past 2 years. Yeah, I don't dislike him. I don't dislike him. I think he's a good receiver. I don't know if I'd sign him for 3 years, $48 million though.
I think it's fine.
I think you're gonna have to, because it's like the free agent sticker price. Like that's how it works. Yeah. I wouldn't be super happy about it though. Is all I would say. All right. Also, that's why I threw him on the Jets. I think they're gonna over. I think I'm gonna pay more for that.
I got 2 players left. We got Deebo Samuel.
Commander.
Cowboy.
I'm also gonna say Commander.
I'm gonna say
Cowboy.
I'm gonna say I'll say Ravens because they love their old washed up receivers. Actually, I thought of another receiver before, so I just have 2 left now. Let's go Tyreek Hill.
Back to Kansas City.
Raven.
I think he's gonna sign with the Chiefs, but not play all year because I think he still needs to get another surgery on his knee. Or I could see him just not sign all year, or sign like in a month or 2 or 3, and when his rehab is better. And the last one, probably the most controversial one, is Brandon Ayuk.
He's done.
Commander.
I feel like I have to say Steeler because it's all that's been talked about for him forever.
I think he's either a Commander. He's going to sign with the Commanders, and he's either not going to play, or he's going to. Obviously, he's going to play. And he'll get like a 1-year prove-it deal for like 10 mil, if that.
I have 2 names for us to talk about for wide receiver.
For receivers?
Yeah,
go ahead.
Yeah, they're both like trade candidates, but AJ Brown.
I think he stays put.
Patriot.
I also think he stays put. That's one of my bigger offseason things. I think he's going to stay put.
I think it's either there or the Patriots. And if it's the Patriots, Alec Pierce doesn't go to the Patriots.
Mm-hmm.
It's one or the other.
They probably would have him by now if he was getting traded to the Patriots.
They might be waiting if they don't get Alec Pierce, though.
True.
And then the other Brian Thomas.
Oh, I don't think he's going to get traded, but I want him to for Travis Hunter's sake. But I saw a tweet today that teams are only offering like 5th-round picks or something, and I was like, "What?" So I don't know how accurate that was, but
Yeah, I think
Yeah,
the
I don't
asking
think
price
it's-
is too high.
Yeah.
Like, I think the appeal for him is like that he would be a buy low guy because we've seen him do it and it hasn't been there. So maybe they're gonna sell him off for cheap. But I think like it sounds like the Jags still want a lot for him, so I don't really see it.
yeah, I feel like you'd want at least a first because then you're trading like a receiver one. You'd hope on a rookie contract for another 2-3 years.
You're just trading him at his lowest value, which
Yeah. It's the only thing. Yeah, it's just he doesn't really fit the Liam Cohen offense that well. That's the only reason why I think they want to move off of him.
he had the yips last year. He'll be fine.
But
Right.
it'll be weird though because like what you're saying about trading him at his lowest value is true, but also like, is there really a path for him to increase that value next year? Like
I think
it
so.
seems like
For sure.
I guess, but I don't know.
I don't think
Maybe
Travis
you're right,
Hunter's going to
but-
play much offensively next year. I think they need
I don't
him
know.
on the
He's not gonna.
defensive side of the ball. And like with
But I mean,
like Myers, they extended.
yeah,
They had
You see-
Parker Washington go off down the stretch.
that's why I don't. That's why I'm
Yeah.
partly worried about it because it's just like it seemed like the offense evolved. It went forward without him last year, where it's like maybe they don't really need him, and so it's like,
PTJ?
is there? Yeah, like is there
Okay,
really a
yeah.
path for him to just like be that guy again? Where, like, and then he would get trade value, you know?
And Jacoby Myers extension, you like Cooper Kupp got like the same amount of money for the Seahawks, and he didn't do anything.
Yeah, but
so it's
Jacoby
like
was actually
you've
good
seen-
last year when after he got
Kupp was
traded.
good. Kupp was good on the Rams the year before. Like, he was hurt, but when he was played, he was good.
Yeah.
You see, like when receivers hit 30, the fall off can happen quick. We've seen it before.
Unless you're Devontae Adams, then you're good.
Well, he's he's a Hall of Famer. But all right, we can move on. Let's move on to running backs. Let's start with Kenneth Walker.
Chief.
Back in Seattle.
I'm gonna say Titan.
Yeah,
I'm-
you're right.
I'm
yeah,
gonna say
Joey's right.
I'm gonna say Titans too.
Yeah,
I like
no,
Titans.
that's it. It's Titans. I can see it. DeMarco Murray all over again.
He's a Titan.
Yeah.
All right,
Problem.
Travis Etienne.
Bear.
Chief.
I think he stays put.
I'm gonna go with Viking.
Or
They just cut Aaron
Giants.
Jones, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm going with Viking. Rico Dowdle.
Back to the Cowboys.
I'll say Viking per him.
Jet. Nope. Giant.
I'm
Giant.
with Commander.
Okay. I have a different.
Tyler Algier.
If they didn't re-sign Javante, I would have said Cowboys.
Yeah, I don't think that's gonna happen anymore there.
Bronco.
I don't mind that. I'll say Titans. Actually, I think he might work well in the Chiefs, but
I'm gonna say Charger.
Okay.
He's my chief. I think they want to go cheaper running back, and then he's like I think like the perfect, just like he'll get the job done there. J.K. Dobbins.
Viking.
I'm gonna say back to the Chargers.
Back to the Future.
I'm gonna go back to the Broncos.
I'm gonna go Bengals.
That's a good shot. I don't think the Chargers are gonna sign anybody else. I think they're just gonna roll with Hampton and Vidal because they guess sign Vidal.
At running back, yeah.
Oh,
they
God,
signed
I
Vidal.
I would take
forgot
that.
I forgot about Vidal. Yeah, you're right.
Yeah. I think these two guys could be interesting. The other two Buccaneers running backs, Rashad White and Sean Tucker.
Rashad
Sean?
White.
I like the commander shout for Rashad White.
They're just gonna
I
bring in
was
all
about to say
James
that.
Daniels' friends and hope the power of friendship can bring him to a Super Bowl. I just keep him happy. If you're gonna make him come
Yeah.
back and play after being hurt, and we all know my thoughts about that.
I think he's a Seahawk. I think they'll bring in one of these like lower class free agent running backs to play until like Charbonnet gets healthy.
And Sean Tucker, I think, is a Raider.
Yeah,
Sean Tucker's a Giant.
yeah. I like Jarn. I can also see Bengal too, and not give Chase Brown like every single carry.
So, I guess Texans for Sean Tucker. I don't really know for him. That'll be interesting because he's like not really a proven commodity, but
Honestly, I think Tucker might resign with the Buccaneers. Actually, I think they'll resign Tucker and let White go.
They should let White go.
Didn't they non-tender Tucker?
Did
Like
they?
I think he was
don't
like
know.
quote unquote released. Like I don't think it was like
Really?
he became a free agent.
Okay. Well, then they're not going to resign him then.
Yeah.
Is Najee Harris playing next year off the Achilles?
He's a Steeler.
I was gonna say the same thing. I swear.
He'll be back with the Steelers.
I don't know where he's going, but he'll probably just sign with the. I don't know. He'll back up someone somewhere. Maybe I could see him being a Raider. The last one I have is Kenneth Gainwell, and I think he's my Steeler. They used him a lot last year.
He is a Raven.
I'll say Commander. I don't know if I already said someone for the Commanders, but if I did, I would shuffle it around somehow. But I like that. Or like you said, back to the Steelers.
Well, I actually have one more. Is he a free agent? Is Brian Robinson a free agent?
Maybe. But he might just go back to
Yeah. And if he doesn't, then they'll. And then if you want to wrap it, we can also. There's a few tight ends we could talk about too, if you guys are interested in that.
what tight ends?
Isaiah Likely.
I think he's likely a Patriot.
I like the Patriots for him too. Yeah.
If the Patriots miss out on all the receivers, I think they could sign him and he'll just play like slot because he doesn't really block much anyway. And I think Hunter Henry's really good is good enough for how they use tight ends for blocking and stuff.
I'm gonna throw out the Chargers for him. Actually, no, definitely not that. I don't really know. I think maybe Patriots. Or Titans because Okonkwo's a free agent.
They got
Yeah.
Gunnar Helm. He's the future. I think this is like the biggest one actually. David Njoku. Actually, there's two. Another one's probably bigger.
Dolphin.
That's a good shot. I think Eagles because Goddard's a free agent too.
Oh, that's good. I'll say Pamp.
Ooh, that's a good one. I like that. Get my boy Bryce
Also,
some more help.
I would like Isaiah Likely to the Panthers.
Yeah,
now,
I
now
think
that
Likely.
comes up,
Yeah,
I think Likely to the
I agree.
Panthers would be a good shout.
This is
Yeah.
my boy Bryce Young's breakout year.
And I think the last one worth mentioning is probably like Dallas Goddard.
Eagle.
I don't really care.
That would maybe be my guess.
You know what? Yeah, I don't know. I could see him being a Dolphin. I don't know why. I just think the Joker just screams Eagle. I don't know why. I just picture him in the green uniform. And then like the other ones are like Noah Fant, Joni Smith, Okonkwo, K. Dotton. But I don't know if those are worth mentioning.
Yeah,
Those
that'll
sign
just
who's
kind of be
backup
like,
somewhere. I could
yeah,
see the
exactly.
Niners
It's
signing
just
one of
like,
them since Kittle's hurt, but
yeah.
just signing a
No, I think
concourse in
they
the middle.
like the guy that they had.
Unjust?
Yeah.
Yeah, dude, he was cooking when Kittle was hurt
I mean,
last year.
we're missing one too. Right before we started, guys, you hear the news? Kelsey says he's coming back, but not necessarily on the Chiefs.
Well, he's for
No
sure Chiefs
way.
comes back.
Yeah,
No,
that's
I
a
know.
contract thing. Yeah.
I think he's coming back actually next year. I don't think he liked how the season ended last year. He wants one more ride.
Yeah, this says the athletic report says he's expected to return, but it isn't a sure thing he'll be with the Chiefs.
I do think
that doesn't even say the wording isn't even strong enough that it's like, oh, he probably won't be with the Chiefs. Like, I think
do think him coming back versus not will be entirely dependent on where Mahomes is at in his recovery.
I could see that.
He'll be good by like at the latest week 4, 5, 6.
I know. I'm still just like if they think it's going to take that long, I don't think he comes back.
Which I don't think that's made.
I mean, the thing is too. Well, go ahead.
I think Travis Kelce is a Los Angeles Ram.
That would be
No
crazy.
way.
It would.
I don't see it happening.
I mean, the real thing though is, no matter what, if he goes somewhere that's not Kansas City, he's going to be a part of those washed athlete compilations because it's going to be 1 year and he's not going to be very good and he's never going to be able to live it down. So if he's not going anywhere, he should. If he's not, whatever. If he's going to come back, it should be with the Chiefs. And if he doesn't want to go back to the Chiefs, he should just hang it up.
Yeah.
And
yeah. Go ahead.
The Rams just signed Tyler Higbee, so I don't think that's happened. And they just drafted Terrence Ferguson last year. I don't see it.
Never wrong, just right too early, Connor. Remember that.
So when he comes back in like 2 years, when he's come out of retirement, he'll go to the Rams.
I can't see him in anything other than a Chiefs uniform, unless he really wants to play and the Chiefs don't want him.
I doubt that though.
But I can't imagine that's the situation. Yeah. He doesn't.
And
like honestly, I don't think he really wanted to play the past like 3 years, or he's just like kind of putting up a front. But he's like, yeah, I might hang up. So then it's like I don't think his heart's really.
He's too worried about.
He's seeing Jayson have all that fun. He's seeing Jayson run around on ESPN like Monday night, and he's like, I want to do that.
And he's probably concerned about his mom, how her remodel's going.
Right. Yeah.
He's got a wedding.
So here's what I guess right now. Do you think he's coming back or not?
Yeah, I think he's back with the Chiefs.
Yeah,
I think so.
Yeah, I agree. Okay, we all agree there then.
Yeah, we all agree he's a Ram. Yeah.
You're a Ram. Did we have any thoughts on Jayson Tatum coming back? If we're done with NFL talk,
I mean, I don't know. I mean, he looked good when he played. What is there to talk about?
I don't know what it does for basketball in the East.
No, I got to talk about with it actually. Jayson Tatum coming back when the Celtics have been as good as they've been. It's really going to be a test to see now if Jayson Tatum is a good piece for the Celtics. Because like they've been good. Jaylen Brown's looked good as their guy. And their roster was supposed to be a down year for them, and they've still been as good as they've been. If Jayson Tatum truly is that superstar that he's marketed as,
he is.
The Celtics should be seen as the favorites in the East now. It should be no question. But there should be talks that like them OKC series is going to be one for the ages. That should be what's being talked about now. Jayson Tatum's really going to add to that. I just don't know if they're going to come out of the East. I think Jayson Tatum throws it up.
Who do you think's coming out of the East?
I think coming out of the East is going to be either New York or Cleveland.
Cleveland.
Celtics just B to A on the CAVSs.
Okay, yeah. So one game.
Jared Allen was hurt. Jared Allen didn't play.
Okay.
No, I think the Celtics should be favored.
They should be.
They should be favored. They're probably my favorite to win, but I don't know. As a Cavs fan, I still want to say the Cavs are going to win. I don't. Well, also, I just think as I said this before, I think the Pistons are frauds. I think the Knicks are frauds.
Yeah,
The Knicks
I
just
don't.
work in playoff basketball because of how good Brunson is at operating half court.
Yeah,
True, that is true. But they
and
have not made the finals yet so far.
I also don't trust the Pistons at all.
Yeah, Pistons are frauds.
Just eye test.
I mean, Cade Cunningham's a dog, but you need more than that.
Yeah,
It's not even like a they don't have experience thing. Like I just don't think like Cade can do it himself enough. And they're just not like a second star. Like Duran's nice, but I don't think he can like take the offensive load like you would want your second star to be able to do.
They're just not built
No.
like a team that can make a playoff run.
No, they don't. They don't pass any test: eye test, smell test, stomach test,
Hearing test.
CPA test. None of the tests.
Oh yeah, doesn't Topher find out about his CPA here?
Yeah, on
And he did it?
Friday. Oh my gosh!
Ooh,
don't get
everyone
me
wish good luck to
started.
Topher in the comment section if you're
Wish-
still watching.
Wish good luck to Green Beer if that goes bad again. Because I'm coming back. I'm getting my lick back. I'm running it back. You're gonna hear.
And wish goodbye to the Airbnb rating that we're gonna get left if Topher doesn't pass that CPA test.
I'll be like out there yelling at my coach, like, yeah. Joey, we didn't get your finals prediction. I don't think you were on that show. What's your NBA finals pick? The three of us, all three of us had different answers. I think we had 6 different teams between us.
Okay. My NBA finals pick. The Oklahoma City Thunder in a 6-game series lose to the Cleveland Cavaliers. The Cleveland Cavaliers are your 2026 NBA champions. James Harden is your finals MVP, and he finally puts to rest that he cannot play the playoffs.
Is he playing 2K?
He puts to Huh?
Is he doing this in 2K?
He's doing this in 2K26. Real life.
Real life edition. Connor, did you have the Thunder or the
I had the Nuggets. I had
Nuggets?
Cavs being the Nuggets.
Quinn, you had Knicks. Knicks a Thunder, right?
You're muted still.
Yes, sorry. I think I had the Knicks losing to the Thunder.
Okay, and then I had Celtics beating the Timberwolves.
I'll say on Tatum, I'm excited. They played twice on national TV this week. They played the Spurs on Tuesday and the Thunder on Thursday. So just like to see how it works with him and Brown. Like obviously it's happened.
We make it sound like it hasn't worked like previously.
No, I
It'll
know.
be fine.
I literally was just in the middle. I was about to say
yeah.
But
I don't
I'm
get
just
why
curious,
this is being made to be such a big deal.
Well, there hasn't been the context of like how Brown has like it's been his team this year and how it's looked. And I just like I'm curious to see how they manage that and like who gets the big touches, things like that. Like I think they'll stagger the minutes early so that like Brown like they'll each get like a half of a quarter or something like that to like really take it. But I think like fourth quarter clutch time. It'll just be interesting to see how it works. I'm not saying they can't do it.
Yeah, I get what you're saying. I think it's been clear Jaylen Brown has always been this player. He hasn't become like a drastically better player this year. He's just been given like the greater volume. And that's what's led to everything else. But I think it's going to be just fine. Going to be hoisting the... What's the name of the NBA Finals trophy? Does that
Larry
O'Brien.
The OB. Yeah. We got anything else?
Not high on my list of
good.
trophies.
The name, the name isn't great.
Well, and just the trophy
Will not be the
itself,
Lambardi.
like the way it. I don't know.
Wait,
the
Lambardi trophy.
Did you say Lambardi?
Lombardi.
I swear I heard Lambardi.
I heard an A.
Well, we'll see. We'll see when it gets uploaded.
You knew what I meant. The narrative. The Lombardi. The Lombardi's good. Yeah, you can't.
It's named after a terrible person, obviously, but
I can't stand tennis trophy. Why do they give like dishes to the people that come in second?
To put their tennis
balls
plates.
Like plates.
All right, hater.
That's cool.
I'm just saying. I'm just asking. You guys might know why. It's always a freaking plate-looking thing.
I'll look into it. I'll look into it for
Tradition?
next episode. But yeah.
I hate tradition. What are some
tradition.
other good? This is the way. What are some other good trophies?
The big
Jug.
the Big Dicks of Carthage trophy.
Oh, it's in my car.
Is it actually? Chad never getting that. Connor
Yeah,
keep it
it's
hostage
mine.
till he gets added to the
If
league.
you don't let me in the league, if you don't let me in the league.
Oh, it's the plate is was from. It's a simple. It's like sexism. That's why it was a plate. It's completely sexist. Tennis
Is it
players
actually?
receive plates specifically at Wimbledon due to the 19th century Victorian traditions that favored decorative household inspired prizes for women over traditional athletic cups.
Wow.
Yeah, so
Classic.
On International Women's Day too.
wow, yeah, not a good look for
First of all,
tennis.
shout out Happy International Women's Day to all the women out
Yeah,
there.
we should have started with that.
Yeah, that's our
all
bad.
of the women.
That's our bad.
No, that's for our true fans because they'll still be here.
Yeah,
that's true. Also,
Dang it.
it is a travesty that today was International Women's Day. It's the only day of the year that's 23 hours long because we jump forward at 2 a.m. It's terrible.
Men, we should make every day International Women's Day if you ask me. But
yeah, well, that's kind of how I live my life anyway. So, today's just another day for me.
Quinn and I were back-to-back CCIW Women Respecter of the Year award recipients. So would just like to point that out. Can't take that away from us. Nico Collins, no matter what. Don't worry, baby. I'm coming back for you this year.
That's all you, big dog.
I'm good on it. I still stand on my draft strategy that day.
I gotta say one thing about that Nico Collins pick because we weren't doing this during the football season. Nico Collins went at the 104 in our fantasy league, a 10-man league. I did another 10-man draft for another league where I had I think it's the 209, and I drafted Nico Collins at the 209 in that league.
Who could I have taken there that made sense to take at that pick? I have maybe two names.
I don't know. I was riding a horse.
McCaffrey and Puka are the only two that I could come up with, and I think either of them still would have been a reach.
I don't think Puka would have been a reach there, but
at 4, no, everyone was worried about Matthew Stafford if he would ever walk again. Matthew Stafford's dead. Do we not remember that
talk?
Do we not remember that Matthew Stafford's dead?
Still really good.
The only reason I didn't take Puka that high was because I was concerned about Matt Stafford. I think most mock drafts probably had him going end of the first. The 104 was Justin Jefferson for sure. That was the unanimous pick there. But Nico was better than Justin Jefferson. I'm standing on it till the day I die.
Alrighty. Well, fantasy talks a later time.
All right. Well, I think that
wraps it up.
That wraps it
up. I
up.
have two things real quick. Actually, I have three things. I have three college basketball things. One,
a blessed truth, God bless America.
Shout out to the Arizona State stadium crew, whoever it was that played the smoke machine when Bill Self.
Yes.
I don't know if you guys saw that, but as he was leaving the court, they played the smoke and flames for him to leave. That was awesome. Two, staying in the vein of coach ejections. Let's go Marquette, beating UConn. We're out. Bid thieves are out at the Garden. Never know. We've been playing. Honestly, it's been a terrible, terrible down year for Marquette, but it's actually kind of been good the last month or so. It's just that the season, the narrative is already so buried that there was no way to come out of it. And then my last thing, the Blue Demon Degen, also known as Big East Films, also known as college basketball documentary, released a trailer the other day for his documentary on the state of the sport with NIL and players coming back from the NBA draft and coming back to play. I don't know exactly when he said it was going to be released, but the trailer came out yesterday. It'll be in the next couple months here. Blue Demon Degen, great content creator. I'm really excited for it.
That's one of my favorite follows on Twitter for sure. Yeah.
Okay, go ahead.
Thanks, everyone. God bless.
Was it? You made it sound like you had something to say.
I said, God bless everyone.
Fins
And thank
up.
them for listening.
Go Birds. Have a good night.
Roll Birds.
Oh, wait, no, I hit leave, not stop. All right, there we go.